Today we travel to Japan in search of a vengeful spirit called the Teki Teki. Origin: the Teki Teki's first appearance was in Japan at an unknown time period. She was stated to be a girl who fell into the train tracks and died being severed in two. Description: the Teki Teki is a vengeful spirit or demon who seeks to kill anything in its path. To make this bitch more terrifying, she has a ghost torso that walks on her arms and often carries a scythe. She tends to kill her victims by cutting them in half. The only way to survive is, ironically, using your damn legs and getting out of there as fast as you can. If she catches up to you, you'll get first class tickets to the afterlife. Location of haunting: the Teki Teki mainly haunts the street of Japan in any location. If you ever go to Japan, pray to any god you don't encounter her. Today we travel to California. Wait, no, fuck that. We travel worldwide in search for an entity known as the Fresno Nightcrawlers. Origin: the Fresno Nightcrawlers go back to 2007 and more recent sightings go back to 2014. Description: the Fresno Nightcrawler is a tall, long-legged creature that resembles a fucking Goomba that just went through puberty. Like gamers at school, these creatures travel in herds or in small groups. As far as we know, these things are aliens or just some paranormal entity of unknown origin. Sightings: these creatures have been spotted in, Fresno, California, Yosemite National Park, Montana, and Poland. These Goomba-looking chads are, as far as we know, harmless. If you ever see one, don't try and piss it off because I don't want to find out what it does. These are the Men in Black. And no, not Will Smith's 1997 film Men in Black, but something not human, paranormal, but alien. Origin: the Men in Black go back as far as the 1950s. Encounters are not reported due to witnesses' fear and trauma of the experience. Description: the Men in Black are humanoid-looking creatures with exotic facial features and black Air Force energy suits. The Men in Black travel alone or in pairs and are theorized to be aliens or machines tasked with covering up UFOs. People report an incredible sensation of uneasiness and non-human expressions and emotions. The Men in Black threaten and interrogate people who encounter UFOs, then disappear shortly after without a trace. The Men in Black remain a mystery to this day, and their full origin remains unknown. Now, I'll let Will Smith take this.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
Warning: click away if you are very sensitive to graphic images. I give you 3 seconds to leave now. 3, 2, 1. This fool, aka Skinned Tom, is an absolute base GigaChad homie. But sadly, this guy suffered a very horrible fate. Origin: Skinned Tom was a GigaChad who dated tons of women. One day he was on a date with a woman who he didn't know was married. As things were getting frisky in the woman's car, the husband attacked them. The woman was impaled and Tom was skinned alive with a hunting knife. When the police arrived, the woman was taken to the hospital, but Tom was nowhere to be seen. Description: Tom is a skinned human skeleton that carries a hunting knife he was skinned with. He stalks a location known as Lover's Lane in Tennessee, hunting down hoes and cheaters and teaching them the same lesson that happened to him. Moral of the story: don't be a hoe. This interesting fellow here is known as the Bandage Man. Origin: the Bandage Man is said to be a logger who was injured during his job. He was en route to the hospital, but his ass got caught in a landslide and he died drowning in the ocean. Description: the Bandage Man is a rotting dead phantom ghoul wrapped in bandages. He reportedly smells like the bathroom after your dad takes a shit. The Bandage Man mainly targets cars, frisky teens, and sometimes he eats dogs. He's often said to jump on the back of sedans and pickup trucks, and in some cases inside of them, covering the car in the scent of rotting flesh. Location of haunting: the Bandage Man mainly haunts a road near the 101 freeway outside of Cannon Beach. Just imagine you're out on a hike, the sun goes down, and you see some people watching motionlessly from a distance. As you get closer, they disappear. You have just encountered a Dark Watcher. Origin: these creepy stalkers first appeared in the 14th century after they were spotted by early Spanish settlers who later dubbed them Los Vigilantes Oscuros. Description: these unsettling chismosos are dark silhouettes of people. They often adorn walking sticks and brimmed hats and watch you motionlessly from a distance, like that one guy who has a crush on a girl but never makes a move. According to the legend, no one has seen them up close, and if you were to try and approach one, they would disappear. Location of haunting: the Dark Watchers are said to appear around twilight and dawn at Big Sur, California. Did you know about the Song of the Celt? As the story goes, in 1848, Alec and his wife Betsy were both slaves. One night they were in their home when their master barged in drunk. Their master proceeded to attack Betsy. Alec fought him off up a ladder. While fighting, his master lost balance and he fell to his death. Alec later turned himself in the next morning. The judge charged him with murder and he was imprisoned in Old Lawrenceville jail. Later that month, he was executed. People say you can still hear Alec's sorrowful songs echoing through the prison. In 1989, the Soviet Union tried drilling deeper than ever before. They drilled 9 miles before they broke through an underground cavity and lowered a heat-resistant microphone. They heard this. That shit scared the team so much that all of them quit on the spot. Honestly, I can't blame them, bro. I'd be praying to my Lord and Savior too.
Nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
As interesting as this legend is, there is no real evidence on the drill's location in Siberia or any of the crew who worked on the drill. If this drill did exist, we'd send in this guy. But as legends are always based on reality, this drill could indeed exist. Today we travel to Japan in search of a demon vampire known as the Akamantau. Origin: the Akamantau's earliest descriptions were in the 1930s, rumored by school students to haunt restrooms. Description: the Akamantau is a male spirit with a long red or blue cloak and is often described as wearing a mask. The Akamantau will ask you to pick red or blue toilet paper. If you choose red, the person will be lacerated and all the blood will be drained from their body. If you choose blue toilet paper, it will result in strangulation or all the blood being drained from your body. And if you attempt to be a smartass and outsmart him, your ass will get dragged to the underworld. Location of haunting: the Akamantau is said to haunt the last stall in school and public restrooms. He often chooses to mainly haunt female restrooms in some iterations of the legend. Let me tell you about the clown statue story. The story has been dated back to the 1960s, mainly in the US. There have been many iterations of this story, but here's the one I like the most. A babysitter is taking care of some kids. The kids are asleep and the babysitter is watching TV in the parents' room. In the corner of the room, she spots a clown statue. Creeped out, she goes downstairs and calls the parents. The parents tell her they don't have a clown statue and to get the kids. The babysitter calls the police and goes upstairs to get the kids. When the police arrive, they discover the bodies of the kids and babysitter, with the clown statue standing motionlessly above them. Let's talk about the black-eyed children. In 1996, a man by the name of Brian Bethel encountered the black-eyed children in Texas. Later that year, a second person had another encounter in Oregon. Description: the black-eyed children are humanoid children ages 13 and younger with dark black soulless eyes. Their current origin is unknown, as people speculate that they are aliens, ghosts, or demons. In many encounters, the black-eyed children insist on entering into homes or vehicles. If you let them in, you will receive an overwhelming sense of dread and a lot of bad luck. Sometimes black-eyed children will appear as sleep paralysis demons watching you from the corner of your room. These things have been spotted worldwide and many reports on them have been made. If you ever spot one at night, don't let them in.
Bonus round.
This is one of the scariest sci-fi monsters in my opinion. The Flood is a biological creation that evolved off the ancient race of aliens called the Precursors. The Flood then battled the Forerunners, another highly advanced race, in a 300-year war. The only way to stop them was galactic genocide. Description: the Flood come in many shapes and sizes, but they can infect anything with the nervous system. After the Flood get control of your nervous system, they proceed to hijack your body. They mutate your body according to the situation. The process is incredibly painful as you feel bones snapping, tendons and ligaments tearing, and organs being dissolved or moved. In some rare cases, you could survive the infection process, which is a hell of a lot worse than dying. The Kaijus are a race of silicon-based monster clones that originated from the Breach. These beings are created to conquer and destroy worlds so that the Precursors could take them over. Description: the Kaiju are ginormous beasts ranging from a few meters to hundreds of feet tall. These creatures range in many shapes and sizes, such as this crab-looking dude or this gorilla-looking fuck. The Kaijus are created to make as much destruction as possible, even in death. The Kaijus have toxic, radioactive blood. These creatures were such a problem that the government started working together to try and solve it. Even then, we were still losing, as the Kaijus have a hive mind intelligence and can adapt to the things that kill them. So essentially speaking, when one kaiju is killed, the next kaiju created is made to counter that thing. So essentially, the governments were fucked. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Death Angels from A Quiet Place. Origin. The Death Angels arrived on Earth via hitchhiking on meteors. They rampaged across the planet, killing anything that made a sound. The militaries tried and failed to stop them. Description. The Death Angels are 6 to 9 feet in height with nigh indestructible armor. They are blind and have incredible hearing. It gets worse. They have a running speed of 300 miles per hour. That's as fast as the gym teacher's grandma or a Bugatti Chiron. They are also incredibly strong, being able to flip 2.5-ton cars. They can cut a person into sushimi with a single swipe. The only way to stop them was to use a high-frequency noise to open up its armor, then to give it a nice headshot. Comment down below what you guys think and follow me for more interesting content.
Bonus round over.